clearly, as soon as the camera and lights went on you, you like lit up.
It's my job. It's what I do. I've been doing this. This is my 32nd comedy anniversary.
What?
Can you believe it? I've been doing comedy for 30 seconds.
Jeez. Oh.
40.
Yes. That's so good.
I'm getting better at it. So come to a show. We have one last show when we show this on Saturday. Right. But we have a whole week of shows. I'm here all week. Enjoy the veal.
Isn't that fun to say as a comedian?
I'm
here all week.
I'm here all week. Great crowd.
Oh, good run.
A lot of comedy clubs aren't open for a week.
No.
They're just 2 nights.
Yeah.
So it's a real treat to come to a place that respects comedy and does it 6 nights a week.
Right.
Because that is such a rarity these days.
And you mentioned February.
Right.
It's cold.
It's cold. So don't stay in your cold place. Come here where it's really warm.
Yeah.
And meet some of your neighbors and get a laugh. And
you'll warm up from the exercise of laughing.
Right. And it relaxes the cardio system and it exercises all of these. There's a lot of physiological benefits of laughter. And plus you'll have something to tell your friends about at work and they'll be jealous. And so there's a bunch of social benefits of laughter as well.
Right. You're going to live longer.
Right?
Yeah. I think that's statistically proven that people who laugh a lot live longer.
That's right. On your way here, if it's 30 below, you have to be extra careful for those few moments, but otherwise you'll live longer.
Yeah.
Other than freezing yourself.
So there you go. It's a stamp of approval. If you come see Robert Mack at Comedy Cave this week, you will live longer.
That's right.
That's right.
Or your money back. Just ask Jack about that.
Awesome.
I have nothing to do with that.
Good job.
Thanks,
You got to chat a little more here? Or?
Sure.
So, let's talk about your journey a bit.
Okay.
You're from Washington, D.C. I saw that, right?
I live in a suburb of Washington, D.C., yes.
Okay. What does that mean? You hear that a lot. Is it
suburb?
Yeah. Does that just mean it's not quite
D.C.,
like central?
D.C. is its own thing. It's not a state. It's a district. It's the only part of the country that's not a state. And it's surrounded by other states, and so you can't say I live in Washington, D.C. and live in another state. So I'm a suburb.
Okay. So under state, you don't put a state.
If you live in Washington, D.C., I don't know what you would put.
Do you know what I mean? Like on your Amazon, when you order something, what's the state? City is Washington, D.C., state.
Well, the city would be Washington, and the state would be D.C.
District of Columbia.
But it's not. That's interesting. I've never thought of that because I don't technically live there. But they want it to be the 51st state. But now we have a new president. I don't know if you guys get the news here. We have a new president, and he wants to make Canada, or as he calls it, Canada land. He wants to make that the 51st state, which doesn't make any sense because we already have Washington, D.C., and make that the 51st state. It would make it easier for people who live there to order from Amazon.
Canada be the 52nd state?
Canada the 52nd, or Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is under our thing. Or he also is talking about getting Greenland.
American Samoa is a territory as well. That's not a state.
Right. There's so many other places that we have control over first. I don't know, why is he coming to Canada? What does Canada have that Donald Trump loves so much?
Oh, oil, maybe?
Oil?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Lumber?
Yeah. Shale? You still do the shale thing? Whatever happened to that?
Sure. Potash for sure, though.
Potash, right? Pot for
There's
probably a lot of pot in Vancouver. There's a lot of pot.
There's a lot of pot here. There's a lot of pot in my pocket.
In your pocket?
Oh, man.
We'll take a break.
Yeah.
No.
It's legal here. So
it's legal here?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Cannabis is legal in Canada. So
I wonder if it became the 51st state, you get your own star on the flag. It might not even be a star. It might be a little maple leaf.
That would be pretty good.
But it wouldn't fit because there's 50 and then add a... So I say no.
Maybe just up in one of the stripes.
Up in one of the stripes. Perfect. That guy came late.
Yeah, there's no
Stoner. Interesting. I forgot what I was going to say, but it was... if it becomes a 51st state, it might lose some of its laws. Like, would pot still be legal?
statewide, maybe. That's it.
Statewide.
Like Colorado or Washington State.
Right.
Yeah.
What do the Canadians think about this pitch to become the 51st state?
I'm not sure any of them actually take it seriously, right? Like,
neither do I, but there's one guy who does, and he happens to be in charge for some reason. I didn't vote for him. I voted for the Marxist. Yeah. But he's the only one who believes it. But he's got enough people who don't watch the news, who are misinformed, who think, all right, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And, well, I don't know if he realizes that we are 10 provinces and three more territories. So we're actually like
11 states.
Kind of.
So now we have to flag. Now we have a flag that's got 61 stars on it.
Right, but we can merge a couple provinces to make it an even 60, I think would be okay.
Yeah, 60 would be perfect number. It's so easier to divide mathematically.
Right. Yeah, you can get 10 rows of 6 and you
10 rows of 6 on the new flag. 10 rows of 6.
We've solved the problem, everybody. It's done.
Yes, there's much more about this on my new website, 10rowsof6.com.
Yeah.
.ca.
Yeah.
So check it out. We'll talk about the 10 rows of 6 or 6 rows of 10. Or how many rows of 15 would that be? 4 rows of 15. There's so many different ways you can divide 60 compared to 61, which is a bad idea.
Right. Again, you've got one up in the stripes now, right?
In the stripes, and then the other.
I like how that sounds.
Yeah.
Like in the trenches, in the stripes.
In the stripes.
Yeah.
You can learn more about it by reading my new book, In the Stripes.
In the Stripes.
Yes.
Robert Mack coming out next year.
Next year, if there is a next year.
So you're from Arizona, though.
I grew up in Arizona.
Yep.
And which is obviously on the west, and that's when I was working here at the Comedy Cave.
Oh, I see. So you did,
because it was not close, but it was closer than where I live now, which is explains why I haven't been back here in such a long time.
So you did comedy. You came up in Phoenix or in Arizona then, right?
I came up in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is in the southern part by the border, so I have a lot of border knowledge.
You heard me say because
Phoenix.
A lot of Calgary people go down there as snowbirds and
I'm sure
live there in Scottsdale.
There's a lot of snowbirds in Arizona.
Yeah.
It's like the state bird.
Yeah, yeah.
That and the middle finger, I think, is a different bird.
A little bird with a
little bird
Canadian flag on its chest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. And then I moved to California, and then and I ended up now on the East Coast.
So you did the LA thing for a while?
I did the LA thing. I did San Francisco for a number of years, and then I did LA, and it's overwhelming.
Was that when you did the National Comedy Central contest there? Is that around that time? Or?
Yes, I won that. Comedy Central has this thing called Laugh Riots, and it was a contest, and I won, and I got a bunch of...
That was a national contest, though, right?
Yeah. It was a little freaky. I was getting phone calls. It's the only time in my life I would say the phone was ringing off the hook, and it was literally like, oh, who represents you, and can you come down, and can you have a meeting, and do you want to audition for this? And so that's when I moved from San Francisco to L.A., and it kind of snowballed, and then it petered out, and LA is a whole different animal, and I didn't play the game. I didn't know how to play the game, and I got fed up with that, and for that reason, a bunch of other reasons, now I'm on the East Coast, which is a whole different flavor.
Well, and by then you're a bona fide headliner. You're making a living, right? So
not at that point, but that's when it started to become a little easier.
Okay.
My ascendancy maybe started from that. But even when I was headlining, it's still tough. There's still a scramble to get gigs and to get work.
Yep.
So if your kids out there, if you want to get into comedy, it's not just posting videos, which is rather newish kind of aspect of it. But back in the day, you would have to hustle, and you still have to hustle, and the hustle's harder now because now there are people half my age who play a video and they get 1 million followers, and the club books them because
they book them once. A lot of the time, right? Like,
but there's enough of them that they don't need. They care more about the numbers rather than one's act is.
Right.
So I'm starting to come to blows with that a little bit.
Okay. So is that a goal of yours then? is to build that social. You've got a pretty good social already.
I'm trying to develop it. I like to develop the act, the stage persona, the writing, the material. But now I have to devote time to shooting videos and editing them and putting captions on them and scheduling them to come out at certain times on certain days and make sure to feed that beast.
Yeah.
And that takes away from the fun part, which is performing and interacting with people.
Yeah, and nothing is a better training situation than stage time.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And that's something I think a lot of those Instagram stars might not realize until they get there, and then
they're on stage and they
got to fill 45 minutes.
Right, and they've never done anything more than 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So I do have an advantage in that way, and then I have decades of material that I can pull out and reshape and represent.
And you're clean, I noticed.
Pretty clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of clever wordplay and things like that.
I'm very, very clever. That's not for everybody. But
it is for this audience.
It is for this audience.
Yeah.
Because there's only 7 shows left. We're going to go back in time and add a show.
Yeah.
And then there are 6 more starting on Monday. And then I'm here all the way through Saturday.
Right.
Which we have determined is the 6th.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. What took you out east?
A bunch of stuff, but one of them was I was starting to get more corporate gigs.
Oh.
And those are nice gigs because they pay 10 times what a club pays.
Right.
And so I'm trying to get more of those in my diet, and they're more based in DC because there are meetings there and associations that have their annual events, and there are conferences and conventions, and so there's more of that. So I took advantage
How's
of
that going?
I wish there were more of them.
Because you're pretty clean. I feel like you're perfect for that.
I am, but they also like bands, and they also like a motivational speaker or a juggler or something else.
Different things, yeah.
Different things. But when I get those are great. They're a great gig. The gig itself can be awkward because it's not set up like a comedy club, like the Comedy Cave, who knows how to set up a show.
Right.
And that's why all the seats are facing this way toward the stage and will be all week. But at a convention, you might be working after their lunch and you're in a corner of a room and it's not lit, or they don't have a mic stand. So you've got they don't prioritize the comedy the way a club does. And so
right.
Some of them are awkward, but the bar of expectation is a lot lower. So you do 20, 30, 40 minutes and you don't get the big laughs you do at a club. And they're like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And you're like, well, why don't you, I don't know, laugh?
So about process, what are you, like a pen and paper guy? Or are you grab an idea, riff it out on stage? Like, how do you like to come about that part?
I like to, my process, whenever I have an idea, I capture it one way or another. I can record it onto my phone, or if there's something handy, I'll write it down. But then in time, and this is what I used to not do, which I do now, is I go back and I get all those notes and put them together. And then I'm thinking, all right, what was that thing I thought of the other day about dogs? Then I can look through all my notes and I've got a million ideas about dogs. And so in the old days, I would write down ideas or concepts that I think would be funny and never flesh them out. And now I devote a certain time during every day where I sit down and go, all right, let's hammer these things out and put them together and turn it into something.
Right. It's been fruitful?
It's been very fruitful because it has turned all of these unused notes into something that I can try out and do on stage.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm not more productive, but I'm still coming up with ideas, but I'm putting them together and actually using them. So at the end of the day, I feel like, I've got, instead of just ingredients, now I have some meals.
Well, I appreciate you doing this.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. So again, see Robert Mack anytime you can, anywhere around North America, this week in Calgary at the Comedy Cave, and every Wednesday on his live stream.
That's right. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Robert.
Thanks, Warren.
Appreciate the time.
You're welcome.